welcome back to my channel, Night Owl Collage. I'm Amber, and today I've got a pocket tutorial for you today. It's a little different in that we're not going to use glue, and I have a little bit of a different way to attach a tab to it. It is a pocket here, and it is also a flip out. Oh, I got water on it, with a pocket here. Oh, I must have had water on here. So we are going to, I'm going to show you how to do this. I have to redo this one because this is one of my favorites. Always check for water. Okay. So I'm going to use this collage sheet from my Lavender and Violet kit. And we are going to cut it. We're going to use a full sheet. This is 11 inch paper, US letter size. So we're going to cut the full length at 4 1/4 inches. Okay, and we won't need that yet. So we'll put that aside. And we are going to see, it is going to be, can't get my ruler right side up, 3 5/8 is where we're going to score for our folds. Sorry, it's a bit noisy in here at the moment. Okay, 3 5/8. And then would be 3 5/8 plus 3 5/8 is 6, 7. I think it's 7 1/4. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So 7 1/4. Make a line there. Okay. That is where our fold lines are going to be. So I'm going to fold this first one because I want the butterfly here on the front. And then we're going to fold this one back. Do have a little overhang here, but that's okay. Let's see. If you want the overhang, that's fine. If you don't, just trim it off. I think I'll leave it this time. I'm gonna go ahead and ink this, I think, before I do anything else. Okay, the second thing we're gonna do is, I kind of want the flowers as my pocket here. Let me see what size I made this pocket in here. This pocket was 3 inches by 3 3 3/8. So I'm gonna make that pocket here. I'm going to stick that there for this pocket, but we're going to sew it on and not glue it on. You just ink it. Okay, so that is going to be a pocket here. And then I have to cut a tab, so I might use this. I might have a smaller tab, or I might, let me see which, I think I made this one. This one is 1 1/4. So we're gonna cut a piece that is 1 by 1 1/4. Let's see. That is not for you, electric. And I think I will use this piece here. So I'll cut it at 1. And then I want 1 1/4. I'll cut the end off here. So I want this to be 1 1/4. Actually, let me bring this up some more. Got some little collage pieces here to work with. 1 1/4. Right there. Okay, so that's 1 by 1 1/4. I'll ink that. And we're gonna fold this in half. Okay. And you might want to make a little mark right at the middle. And we will have we already have our inked mark here, so that'll be a lot easier. And I'm also going to ink this side here, this fold. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over to the sewing machine and show you how I put this together. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do with our sheet here is on this this line here, this fold, we're going to place our tag, the fold of our tag right over the fold of our pocket, and we're going to sew that right along the crease. Okay, so that's why I made those little marks, so it will line up correctly as I sew. And I'm just going to use a straight stitch. Make sure my needle is lined up here. Okay. And I'm going to back stitch. And I'm going to stitch all the way down that fold. Might not have done it perfectly since I am doing this at an angle. Okay, so we're going to snip our threads here. And then we are going to fold that back. And we're going to fold our pocket back, and now we have this. We're going to fold our, sorry for the ink, the watercolors. We're going to fold that, and we're going to sew that tab together. Okay, another straight stitch. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep my fingers out of the way, but I don't know how well I'll do. Okay, so we'll do this. Back stitch. Pivot. Pivot again. So we have this nice tab here that is pretty secure, and we don't have, you know, the ugly edges on the back or the front. I just don't like seeing those seams when we have tabs. So I just really like this way of attaching a tab. Now, because we did sew there are holes there now, and if you feel like that isn't secure enough, it is pretty secure. I mean, it's on there, but you can do a zigzag stitch over that to secure it a little more. So I'll go ahead and do that. It also gives it a little more pizzazz there. Okay. And then we are going to attach our pocket to the inside. Okay, so we have, let's see, I'm gonna back this up here. So we have our front here, and we're coming to the inside to attach our pocket. Okay, let's see if I can back this up here. Okay, we're gonna attach our pocket here and just use whatever decorative stitch that you would like, or just use a straight stitch. On this one, I did a combination of straight stitch and zigzag stitch around the pocket. So I think I will do that again because I really like that effect. Lift that up. I'm going to move this over slightly. Actually, I'm going to keep that there, and I'm going to change to a straight stitch and just continue. I'm going to lift up my foot, pivot. I'm going to reposition this here, because I'm going to now do a zigzag stitch, going back to my zigzag stitch on my machine, and we're going to do some zigzag down here. I'm going to stop there in the middle. I'm going to lift up my needle, and then I'm going to switch back to my straight stitch and continue on. I'll continue with my straight stitch here. I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to lift up my needle, go back to my zigzag for a little bit. And then I'm going to finish off with a straight stitch. And back stitch. Okay. So I like the way that is looking. And then I'm going to sew the pocket together. I'm going to do the same thing, doing decorative stitches around these three sides. And I'll speed that up so you don't need that explanation again. And then the last thing we're going to do is on the inside here, we're going to do another decorative stitch around these three sides on the outside here. Okay? Okay, so now here's our finished pocket, and it's all sewn, no glue. We've got a tab here with no ugly seam line here that is stitched on securely. We have a pocket here in the top, and we have a pocket here. And instead of gluing this to a page, I would stitch this to a page. I would probably save that stitching for attaching it to the page, but I just didn't have a page ready right now. And then you can actually have another pocket there as well if you leave this open. So really fun pocket to make. All the stitching makes it look really fabulous. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you give it a try, and I hope you like this new way to attach a tab. And thanks for watching today, guys, and I hope you have a great day.